Listen to this podcast now
on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The Leadership Thread with Dr. Peggy Polonis.
I'm Dr. Peggy Polonis. Join me on each episode where I unravel the story that shaped leaders, tracing the thread that led them where they are today. Because leadership isn't born in adulthood. And thank you once again for joining us on the Leadership Thread, education, ethics, and sustainability.
Download all of Red Apple Media's podcasts right now through your favorite podcast platform.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Excuse me, taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
Let's go to Matt in St. Louis. Matt, you're on the other side of midnight with Lionel.
Yeah, Lionel, first-time caller, man.
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
You were talking about religion, and you say you're retired from religion?
No. What I'm saying is I'm not it was an expression.
Okay. Because I, like you, have been away from the church for a while, but recently went back, had a few illnesses.
Good.
Was raised Catholic just like you. That was the toughest 9 years of my life. I don't know. And it's only 8th grade, if you know what I'm saying.
Very funny. I got that. Well, there's also kindergarten, too. You could throw that in. Anyway.
Well, okay. But, again, like you all were saying, that was one of the best parts of my life. If I could, anybody that's gone to Catholic school, I think, can say that.
Well,
they were
no,
tough.
you know what? Let me just say something, Matt. First and foremost, not as of late, because a lot of Catholic schools don't even have nuns. They have lay people. There's one school my wife and I visited for. She was going to be talking or something, and I swear to you, if you walked in there, you wouldn't even know it was. We used to call it parochial school. You wouldn't know anything. You wouldn't even know it. May I ask you a question about your health and how it's affected your view on faith? I found this fascinating, sir.
Absolutely.
Well, what happened?
Oh, a couple heart attacks, and now I've got, terminal cancer. Got a couple years left. It makes you rethink things, and I went back to the church basically a couple years prior to my diagnosis because of my grandchildren. Mm-hmm. Started the same school, high school or grade school that I went to.
Wow.
And they were astonished that I went to grade school there.
Yeah, right.
Oh, no way, Grandpa. Oh, yeah.
Right.
And I went going because they went 2 days a week, and so I went on them days. And now I'm about 3 days a week. I found it not funny, but I found it to be very helpful in the sense that I just feel better when I leave there.
Yes.
You know?
May I ask
everybody's sense of church is different, and I'm just saying that I know you were raised tough just like I was in a Catholic church. I don't know if you have children or not. My children, I went to church when the children were young, and then when they left, I kind of got away from it. But I just feel at this stage of my life very, very comfortable about going back to church. I don't feel like I've been a heathen for years because I didn't go.
No. By the way, may I ask you what's your health prognosis is? You say you have terminal cancer?
Yeah, lung cancer.
And when they say terminal, may I ask, what does that mean? Well,
it means they can't stop it.
Okay, but...
So radiation and chemotherapy doesn't work. I'm doing something called, and it's new to me, that's all kind of new to me, immunotherapy.
Right.
It's to raise the way I understand it, to raise my immune system to slow the cancer down.
Is it working? Is it effective?
But it'll slow it down.
Were you a smoker?
Oh, yes, sir. Still am.
Oh, you still are?
Oh, yes, sir. I've been here. I figure you're about my age. I'm 60. I'll be 68 this year.
Right.
I have had one of the best lives that is imaginable. I've lived a lot of life. Divorced, 3 children. I have a stepchild now, 13 grandchildren.
Wow.
I've been very blessed.
But, let me ask you a question. In fact, I'll be 68 this year, too. I was born in 58. You?
Also 58.
Good. By the way, we have a good, our year was also Michael Jackson, Madonna, Prince, Alec Baldwin. Well, maybe not a good example. But I got to tell you something about this I find very interesting. One of the things that people don't understand is that they will ask you, how can you continue to smoke. Now listen, let me finish this thought. If you have terminal cancer. Now, have you heard that before? Somebody's told you that?
Oh, sure, my family.
Right. Well, let me ask you this question. Not to be in no way am I joking around about this. But what better reason, if nothing's going to help, what's the point?
That's exactly where I'm at, sir. It's incurable, so why would I quit? I enjoy them.
But what I'm saying, that's number one. Number two, people do not recognize the power, the legitimacy of addiction. They don't recognize it. It's considered bad, and I can certainly understand why they would say that. It's not something that you want, but they don't understand the power of it. Some people can stop, some people don't. Some people, in fact, drug addiction and people who are going through the withdrawal and the pain. And somebody said one time that drug addiction, which is different certainly than cigarette, but drug addiction is like starvation, where you're so hungry you can't. And not to the untrained, but to either the unsympathetic or the ignorant mind, they think that this is some kind of a weakness. They think that you're just making this up. They think that there's no real pull that's pulling you in. But it's real. It's very real. It's deadly in some cases. Most of the time it's not. But I just wanted to say that shout out to addiction. Not that it's good, but it's nothing. You're not making this up, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, absolutely. No, I am definitely addicted. Have been since I was 14 years old, sir.
And I would think maybe from now on we're not going to have, I hope we don't have as much smoking as we do. I'm seeing less. Don't you notice it as well?
Absolutely.
And that's
absolutely
good. But
I'm glad of that too. My grandchildren, none of my family smoke. I'm the last one in my family that smokes. I'm truly addicted. I would like to diversify because I feel that you're a fairly intelligent person.
Fairly.
With my cancer, I've come across this something called ivermectin.
Yep.
I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Oh yeah, it's during COVID especially. Yes.
All right, sir. I've been reading up on it. I'm not very well read at all. I've never been on a computer in my life. I just got rid of my flip phone and got one of these fancy ones like you probably got.
Yes, sir.
And it's very confusing, it's overwhelming.
You'll figure it out.
Well, I don't know. But anyhow, this ivermectin, I'm pondering taking that. People are saying it's curing their cancer.
Well, why not?
I've got nothing to lose. There's
why don't you do
doubt
it?
about it. Why haven't I done it?
Yeah.
Well, I want to learn a little more about it. And
what do you? Well, I mean, you should. You
don't seem the type of person you would just jump into anything either. You would investigate it before you did something.
Well, I would say this. I would say that, first of all, the questions I would ask is, number one, is it not contraindicated, but would it in any way reverse or affect any of the medication I'm on now? That's my first question. If the answer to that is no, you could say, well, what do I have to lose?
Well, the reason I asked is I just went to my regular physician just this week and ran it by her confidentially.
Yeah.
Because I'm afraid if I mention it to my, cancer doctor, they'll stop my treatments. Well, we're not going to treat you because you're on that, and that's not approved.
Right. See, that's very good.
Everything I've read about it so far is the reason they can't get this approved is because they won't approve the money for the studies of it.
Right.
Because they're afraid that it'll cure cancer.
What
and
did
if you cure cancer? You're going to devastate the economy.
Well, I've always, it's funny you say that. I don't want to think that would ever be true, but I think
it is.
Well, I was going to finish. I thought I would like to think that, but how do I say this? I have a sneaky suspicion that in some cases it very well might be. I think that, but by the way, what did your physician say? Your doctor?
She advised me not to because of I don't know what they mix up for my treatment for the
Right.
that I go through. And she's not sure either because that changes every week according to my blood.
Right.
So she's at that. That's what she's stressed. She's not sure.
That's what I was
effect
thinking.
that will have on
right.
that medication they're giving me.
You don't want to do it. By the way, one thing you can do if you're going to download something, find out you must do or try ChatGPT. You can go to OpenAI and you will not believe how great this is. And what you can do, for example, is on your phone, it costs virtually nothing per month. I'm sure there's a free version of it. But you ask it a question such as the following. I'm stage 4 lung cancer, and then you name whatever particular small cell or whatever the particular diagnosis is. I'm considering taking ivermectin, but I'm taking this immunotherapy. What are my conditions? What are my considerations? Can they counteract? Is this indicated? What are my considerations? What should I ask? Where should I go? You talk to it like a human being. Sounds crazy. And it will give you one of the most thorough articles, if you will, on your particular topic, what you want to know, and it will scrape, as they say, the internet. It will go and look for topics, and your head will explode by virtue of this.
Well, sir, I mean, I as I said, I've never turned a computer on.
Do it.
My wife and I have set. She's the computer literate one in our family, so I have sat with her.
Do it
and look at the screen, and I'm overwhelmed by the whole.
Stop being overwhelmed
by the whole interweb thing. I've never been on it. I don't participate in it.
Interweb.
The web.
Yeah.
I've never turned it on in my life.
Listen,
I've lived 67 years without it.
Would you stop saying that? Would you stop saying that? Are you proud of that?
Why is that?
I wouldn't tell anybody that if I were you. Don't tell people that. It's like I've never been to these newfangled doctors. No. But what I'm saying is you will be amazed by it. Amazed. Absolutely.
I think it brings on a lot of difficulty is all I can see.
No.
People don't sit and talk anymore. They sit at a restaurant.
Stop for a second. Stop.
On their phone.
Stop. Let me tell you what I'm this. I have walked up to my wife was a couple of days away. She said, do me a favor, take care of my African violet. I forgot. She came back and said, oh my God, it looks. So I took a picture and I said to ChatGPT, what do you think? And it said, don't worry, it's fine. I can tell there's some roots. And it analyzed this picture. I said, thank you. It is the greatest thing in the world. Listen.
Well, I just want to say this about that. I've lived 67 years without it, and everything that I've needed to know, I've learned from a book.
Matt, listen, I'm your age, and you don't know what you're missing, but I don't care. You're a good man, and you call me again, okay? Promise?
You know what? I definitely will, sir. Thank you
sir.
for your time.
Thank you so much. I can't tell people what to do with that. I swear to you, all you got to do is say newfangled. I live by this. I love the way ChatGPT knows me. It knows me. I told him, I said, for example, I said, stop doing this one thing. I said, stop putting dashes, those M dashes. Stop doing this. Okay, I won't do it anymore. I said, don't do this. Don't use the word performative. I don't like that. Okay, I won't do it. And sometimes the more you talk to it, the more have you ever done a prompt, a really good prompt, and you save it? And then, for example, I ask it to come up with a prompt. I want to do this. A prompt is the code for whatever it is. There was a way of, oh my God. If you do expense reports, if you get a lease, if you take anything, you say, read through this. Anything I should know? No, nothing. It's going to change legal matters like you can't believe. It's going to change everything. And thank God.
At Manhattan University, a graduate degree is not out of reach. You'll gain real-world skills, credentials employers value, and connections to New York City's top companies. Choose from their new Master of Science degrees in healthcare informatics, digital marketing and analytics, business analytics, or financial analytics, all built around hands-on learning and industry partnerships. Graduate ready to lead, not just work. Take the next step at manhattan.edu/graduate. Manhattan University. Lead the future.